decided that I wanted to do a PhD, I looked online and there's a really good website which is, I can find phd.com, and it has a list of different projects going out there because I knew that I didn't want to be self-funded, so I went to look for a particular project which I could do that could tailor my interests. So that took a few months to go through like all the different projects. I was emailing supervisors, and at first it was quite hard because I felt like I needed a bit more experience, like even academically. But I found a project that I really liked, and I emailed the supervisor, and I was called in for an interview. And when I was called in for the interview, I went for the interview, and I got the place. So my PhD interview was a presentation. It was just presenting on some of the research I've done before. So I presented on my master's, which was a bit difficult because I had done it like over 2 years before. So I had to go back and read my whole dissertation again. And then also read some papers and get back into the science because it had been a while. And then after the presentation, I was given questions by a panel, and they were asking about my presentation, so about the research I've done, and also then general questions about why I want to do the PhD and what I can bring to the table, and what I knew about the project that I was applying for. So to prepare for the interview, I think it was mostly myself. I did look on the Find a PhD. I think they have a lot of short blogs and articles to help get ready for interviews. But mostly I was just trying to think of what kind of questions that they will ask. I was trying to use the experience I had from job interviews and use that because it was quite similar. Able to go to different conferences. During my time as my PhD, I've been to many of conferences in the UK based on aging conferences, and also just in the fly world or the Drosophila research. We work very close with Birmingham University as well, so there are seminars, monthly seminars, and I've presented at one of them where we present your research. I've also, I have an opportunity also to go to Switzerland in the coming months, where I'll be presenting my research there as well. So there's been a lot of opportunities, and that's what I really love about the PhD, that you can go to different places and present your work. Naturally, with a PhD, naturally you would go on to get a postdoc, so a postdoctoral researcher position, and then go into lecturing. But I feel like I'm drawing more of going back into industry. And don't be afraid to just do it. To contact supervisors and find out what's going on in different labs. And never think also that you're not experienced enough. You'll be surprised, like with just your degree and your passion, that's what they're looking for. They're just looking for people who are passionate. During your PhD, I think it's very important that you have a social life, that you also make friends, and that you speak to people about your research as well, because the more you speak about it, the more familiar you'll get with it. And it's even good when you speak to people who have no science background as well, because you'll get more questions of even public speaking. If it's not something that you're not familiar with, there's so many things out there. There's like 3-minute thesis competitions. There's things that you can do to just work on your confidence, because I think with a PhD that is the major thing, confidence. It's good to meet the supervisor first, and to see if you'll get along with them, and also for them to see that if they'll get along with